When I was a kid, I've always thought that video game movies were awesome, but since I've grown up, I've come to realize that no video game movie adaptations have really been groundbreaking. Mortal Kombat movie wasn't that good, but it was just fair, and some movies were hopeful but fell short, like Assassin's Creed. And there are some movies we should just never speak of. So since Tekken 7 was released recently, I decided to cover the most disrespectful thing that has ever happened to Japanese history since the Hiroshima bombing, which was the Tekken movie. So straight up, my thoughts on Tekken is just utter confusion since I am a fan of the video game. Everything in this movie does not even make any sense even if you remove the video game aspect of it. Watching the movie with knowledge of the video game, everything is just completely wrong. They've mistaken the Mishima Seibatsu as Tekken Corporation that holds the Tekken Iron Fist tournaments, and the setting is called Tekken City, not Japan. Let's talk about the plot here. Jin basically avenges her mother's death when Mishima Saibatsu, I mean Tekken Corporation, bombs their house because Jin becomes a fugitive after stealing technology from Tekken Corporation, in which Jun Kazama warned Jin never to do. At this point, you can already tell how much of an insult they've done to one of the most beloved characters of Tekken. So Jin Kazama joins the Iron Fist tournament to avenge her mother and confront Heihachi Mishima, aka Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat with a Wolverine hairstyle. The thing that bothers me the most about the whole plot is how come Kazuya and Heihachi weren't alarmed after they've learned that the fugitive who stole from them is still alive and is now competing in their tournament, since he was wanted in the first place, hence why they bombed his place. The casting in this movie is nonetheless mediocre at best. They look like a bunch of aging people who wanted to cosplay, and their costume does not mean anything but a gimmick. The wrestlers at WWE had more audience impact than these guys, and I feel bad for Cary-Hiroyuki Tagawa because it felt like he was trying his best to carry the movie, but everything was just against his odds. I'm surprised he didn't break his spine from carrying the movie. Also, the casting choices are so odd. Like, it doesn't mean Nina Williams is blonde, they could just easily cast blonde people. Even though their appearance and likeness is a huge factor, but the vibe that the actor gives off of is also a huge criteria. I mean, look at Nino and Anna Williams. If you show this screenshot of them to anyone, no one would think it was from a Tekken movie. They'll think it was from a Tekken porn parody.
What's the old man waiting for?
It's really hard to critique this movie without comparing it to the game, because in these kinds of bad movies, all you have to rely on left is what are the things they have done right, and basically none. None whatsoever. The characters in this movie is supposed to not have any relationship to one another whatsoever, and if they have, it is done in a wrong way. The only thing they have done right is the family relationships of Jin, Tokaze, and Heihachi, but fucking Steve Fox, however, is not supposed to be the trainer for Jin. And then we have Christy Montero, who is the love interest of Jin in this film, which is not supposed to happen. Take note that Eddie Gordo is also here, and somehow him and Christy are not connected at all. Hey, let's also do a big old bukkake on the setting of this film. Like, what the fuck is this shit? There's even a stage select, like the game. It's a fucking stage select.
Raven versus Eddie Gordo in the first round of the Iron Fists tournament.
these kinds of aspects are supposed to stay in the game, as stuff like these can't be translated easily in a film. They could just do it Mortal Kombat style, where they fight off in various places instead of a fucking hologram in front of a live audience. Like, dude, that hologram is pointless. Only Plankton would pretty much just enjoy that shit.
My favorite!
Now, the most annoying thing I find in this film is how Jin basically loses almost in every match he is in. And whenever he's about to get a dick in his ass, he always gets this flashbacks of the most basic ass training with his mother. Then suddenly he's all powered up and he manages to defeat his opponents because of that fucking flashback.
Break free! I can't! If you can still breathe, you can still fight. You're only beaten when you decide. Again! Never underestimate your opponent. Watch, adapt. Every strike should be your best. Destroy the mask of death, and you will see there is nothing behind it to fear.
Undoubtedly, this movie is hell of a lot more flawed than Freddy Krueger's ballsack, to the point that it would take me a longer video. So that's it for my review of Tekken. I won't bother giving it a rating. I feel terrible for the actors and the crew who are behind making this film. Even Harada, the guy behind Tekken, does not want to comment on this abomination. And that's it for my last review. That pretty much gave me a headache.